Hello, this is the BBC News with Fiona MacDonald. The US Justice Department has published a heavily redacted affidavit that led to the unprecedented search of Donald Trump's Florida home. It said the document had been blacked out to protect witnesses and the integrity of the investigation. The affidavit explains why the FBI wanted a warrant to recover material allegedly taken illegally by the former president. The White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, told reporters that the Biden administration would not be commenting on the investigation.
As it relates to any comments on anything related to this independent investigation, even any underlying materials, we feel that it is not appropriate for us to comment on this. This is an independent investigation that the Department of Justice is leading. That's something that the President finds is an important thing to do for the Department of Justice to have that independence. We're just not going to comment.
US markets have ended the week with steep losses following tough comments by the chairman of the US Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell. Mr. Powell warned that fighting rapidly rising prices would inflict pain on American businesses and families. He said the central bank must continue to raise interest rates and that they would remain high to stop inflation becoming a permanent aspect of the US economy. Medical staff in northern Ethiopia say airstrikes on the capital of the Tigray region have killed 4 people. Kibom Gebreselassie is the chief clinical director at Mekele's main hospital, where some of the wounded were treated.
The target was a playground for children. 4 are dead. 2 of them are children. Usually the targets are market areas or where people gather. It is simple neighborhood and there is nothing around the area. There is nothing, a military installation or anything. We are, anticipating more airstrikes because they are vowed to continue. There will be more bombardment, so people have to be careful.
Tigrayan rebels have accused government forces of carrying out the attacks. Addis Ababa hasn't responded to the accusation. The American pharmaceutical company Moderna is suing its rivals, Pfizer and BioNTech, accusing them of copying its COVID vaccine technology. Pfizer said it was surprised by the legal action and would defend itself against the allegations. Here's Naomi Grimley.
In a statement, Moderna said it wanted to protect the innovative mRNA technology that it claims it pioneered in the decade before the COVID-19 pandemic. The suit, which seeks undetermined monetary damages, was filed in courts in both Massachusetts and in Dusseldorf, Germany. Court papers make it clear Moderna is not seeking damages for any activity before March the 8th of this year.
You're listening to the World News from the BBC. Pakistan's climate change minister says the country is struggling to cope with the biggest floods in living memory. Sherry Rahman told the BBC that some areas were cut off by water so deep that the land looked like the ocean. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said 33 million people were now affected by the floods. Critics of the government in Turkey have condemned the arrest of a pop singer viewed as the Turkish Madonna. Gülsen was arrested on Thursday and accused of inciting hatred over a joke she made about religious schools. In April, the singer suggested that a member of her own band suffered from a perversion because he had attended one of the schools. Nigeria has welcomed the latest step in the handover of cultural artefacts that were looted during the colonisation of Africa. A German arts and history foundation has signed a deal to transfer ownership of about 500 Benin bronzes from a museum in Berlin. The Nigerian ambassador to Germany, Yusuf Maitama Tuggar, told the BBC it was a big moment.
Extremely important for national pride and dignity, because there was a time when the prevailing thought was that Africa or Africans south of the Sahara had no history before contact with the enlightened outsiders. This is additional proof for younger Nigerians, younger Africans, that indeed was not the case.
Paleontologists are excavating a giant set of fossilised dinosaur bones unearthed in a Portuguese garden. They say it appears to be the largest such discovery in Europe. The remains of the sauropod, the biggest land animal to have ever lived, first came to light 5 years ago. The skeleton came as a huge shock to the man digging his garden, and it has thrilled scientists. BBC News.